The calendar invite that lied the night therapy changed address at 7:01 p.m. My phone tapped my wrist to remind me my wife had therapy at 7:30. The calendar square was pale blue, the color we use for appointments that keep us from becoming people we don't like. Underneath the title, Therapy Solo, the location had quietly shifted sometime today from Dr. Levin's office to something called Asterisk Rook Hotel, Level 7 asterisk asterisk. I blinked at it on the sidewalk, keys in my hand, the kind of stunned laugh stuck in my mouth that sounds like a cough. Calendar is clever when you want it to be. It reads emails, guesses addresses, decides you meant one place instead of another. The details panel offered its smug proof. Updated via email. Lobby directions attached. I tapped through. The email wasn't opened in our inbox. It was a forwarded thread from an address I didn't recognize, a bounce of city glitter and initials. The map attachment had arrows like someone had tried to preempt confusion. Use the side elevators. Bar is one floor up. Ask for the nest. The nest. Even the euphemisms had brand consultants. Eva had left at 6:20 in a sweater that looked like it could keep a secret, hair up the good boots. Don't wait up, she said. If I cry in there, I'm going to buy bread after, the kind you need two hands for. I kissed her on the cheek and asked if she wanted me to come with. She smiled in that way that means thank you for offering me something I have already decided to refuse. I could have texted something small and decent. Location looks weird, you good. I could have asked her therapist whether insurance reimbursed the nest. Instead, I stood on the sidewalk and stared at the part of my life that had been auto-corrected and felt like an idiot for giving software permission to officiate. The Rook was 12 minutes away if the lights were indulgent. I drove like a citizen. The city looked staged in the windshield. Rain paused, neon doing its polite tremble in puddles, people rehearsing their better selves in reflections. I parked 3 blocks away because I didn't want a valet to make a note in his head that said husband ARRIVES uninvited. I walked the rest with the calendar's blue square blooming at the top of the screen like a bruise that needed directions. The Rook used to be a bank. Now it was a thesis on brass. The lobby smelled like good citrus that married up. A harpist was playing something you couldn't hum. The side elevators waited behind smoked glass. When the doors opened, I caught my face split into 3. On 7, a hush arrived that wasn't money, just engineered quiet. A small sign pointed right, the nest right arrow asterisk. It was a mezzanine bar tucked under the ribs of the building, all low lamps and beautiful mistakes. The menu was leather. The bartender wore black like it was a reason. I stood in the entrance long enough to memorize it all and then saw her, Eva, at a corner table with a view of the lobby birds, a glass of water sweating under her hand. Across from her sat a man whose shirt had the exact number of undone buttons popular with people who don't have to decide anything twice. He leaned in the way men lean when they aren't afraid of being overheard, and she leaned back like gravity had been politely reset. You tell yourself you'll be brave. You tell yourself you won't perform. Then your body tries to invent new verbs. I moved to the bar not because I needed a drink, but because I needed furniture. The bartender came over with an expression I recognized, the professional mercy offered to late-night decisions. "What can I start for you?" she asked. "Club soda," I said, "with whatever garnish makes me look like I'm doing one thing right." "Orange twist," she said. "It's therapy." It was a joke that studied my face for permission to left with a self-respect I wasn't prepared to dismiss. The door swallowed him like a sentence that had been revised into a decent ending. "All set," she said when she reached me. The phrase has become the emergency blanket for adults in our time. I took it and put it over the part of me that was shaking. We rode down 2 floors and got off in the lobby because air is different where ceilings are high enough to hold mistakes. The harpist had taken a break. The pianist had replaced him with a tune that believed we could recover from anything if the chord progression was patient. We didn't sit. We walked out into the sort of rain that makes photographers smug and let the hotel's awning fail to keep up. "I hate that you came," she said, exactly as I'd practiced hatting it too. "And I hate that I wanted you to." "Good," I said. "We can hate the same thing and keep the rest." I held up the calendar. "Move therapy back to the address where therapy happens." She took the phone and typed with absurd dignity, "Therapy together." Location, Levin and Patel asterisk asterisk. Notes, bring the loud parts asterisk. She handed the phone back like a resigning queen. "Better, better," I said. "Bread, bread," she said and laughed with teeth. Two hands. At home, we ate slices of bread as if carbs were medicine. We sat on the kitchen floor because chairs felt like hats at a funeral. The bread knife left respectable crumbs like a signature on the tile. We wrote a list on the back of a utility bill. I don't know why vows live best on paper that once threatened us with due dates. Thursdays, hours loud. No permanent decisions after 9 p.m. Phones boring, calendar honest. Dance badly, clap for it. Bench by the river, permit water to pretend Paris. Tell the truth before the kettle clicks. She texted Julian while the kettle did its small imitation of steam engines. "Thank you for tonight. I'm choosing my marriage. Please don't contact me." She put the phone face down, then, after a beat, face up. The difference was ceremonial and also not. We slept near and honest. In the morning, my calendar asked if I wanted to suggest a better time for therapy together. I clicked keep because we meant it. I added a second appointment at noon. Bread, 2 hands asterisk. I set it to repeat. In the weeks that followed, we kept being underwhelming and brave. We stood in a community center gym under fluorescent sincerity, while a woman with a whistle taught us a box step powered by apologies we were slowly running out of. We spilled soup in the car and laughed. We went to a poetry reading so bad it circled back to generous, and Eva squeezed my fingers on a line that tried very hard and landed wrong, and that squeeze felt like a door we'd kept. Sometimes my calendar still tries to collaborate with conspiracy. It suggests restaurants that believe in dim, appointments that believe in being renamed, alarms pitched at hours that invite trouble. I let it suggest and I decline. I add my own squares. Thursday be stupid beautifully asterisk 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 groceries, milk, eggs, courage asterisk us, do not reschedule asterisk. Software can lie, so can we. Tonight the truth has better fonts. We didn't become saints. We became specific. We did not kill desire. We redirected it until it learned our address. We made the apartment loud enough to compete with mezzanines. We're still practicing. Some nights the room is slick and the steps are wrong and everything needs a rail. On those nights, we stand in the kitchen and count out loud 1, 2, 3, 4 until the floor remembers us. A month after the balcony and the bread, I opened the calendar to add a dentist appointment and saw a blue square I didn't recognize. The nest, 7 p.m. My heart misfired and then corrected when I read the notes. Reservation for 2, stupid desserts and 1 mercy each. I looked up. Eva was standing at the counter with a small smile and the good boots. "Therapy," she said, tilting her head toward the door. "Wrong address, right company." I accepted the invite. The square turned a truer blue. I set an alert for 10 minutes before and another one for the morning after just to ask us whether the loud parts remembered to come home. I don't trust software. I trust the way she says my name when the rain starts and we both pretend we can hear the harp from the lobby through the kitchen window. The calendar pinged. I put on a sweater. We left the lights on. We locked the door. We were not all set. We were enough.